It is March 13th, 2022. I'm at Nichols Farm again for the Southern Enduro Riders Association Round 2 race. It's going to be a cold one today. It's March, but it's winter again. The sun's out, and any day we race is a good day. So let's get it.
I'm Robbie. We worked the race.
Yeah, I'm Donnie. Yeah, I remember you.
This is the sprint enduro format with two separate courses or tests. The first test is about 5 miles, and the second test is about 6 miles. Sprint enduros are basically a race against the clock instead of head-to-head racing like in a hare scramble. In this series, riders are organized in rows of 4, and one rider leaves every 15 seconds. I'll run each test 3 times for a total of 6 time sections, and as usual, the lowest cumulative time wins. I'm racing in the C40 Plus class today. I always love racing at Nichols Farm, and look at this fast-flowing single track they started us out on. The weather today is starting out really cold. It was about 20 degrees when I got to the race location.
Thank you.
They delayed the race 1 hour, and that really helped with the sun shining bright, and it was already up to about 35 degrees by the time I started at 10:07 a.m. I put on my cold weather gloves and my cold weather jersey and just enjoyed this epic trail.
Thank you, sir.
We had some really wet weather in the week before the race, but that's usually a good thing for Nichols Farm. This place has a rocky base with hills, and some rain ahead of a race just makes it better. As you can see here, the dirt was great. There were some slick spots early on, but it was certainly not a mud race. It was a little disappointing to see attendance was lower than usual. There were only about 130 riders, where this series regularly brings in over 200 at events. I can only assume that the low temperatures and fear of muddy conditions kept many people from attending, and that's a real shame because this race turned out great. Completed test 1 loop 1 with a time of 15 minutes 44 seconds, and I'm in first place in my class. I'm about 45 seconds ahead of Matt Ward, and Jake Thompson's in third. Now I'm testing out this X-Star GP2 GoPro battery charger today, and I'll have a separate video coming up on that soon, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it.
How are you today?
Doing well, how about you?
Good. Yeah. Stay in the sun.
This is test 2 loop 1. This test is a little longer than the first one at about 6 miles. It starts off with a nice hill climb followed by a downhill. I really like going up this trail the opposite way from what we typically do in races here. They cut a lot of new trails for this race, and this off-camber downhill was a nice touch.
On your left.
Speaking of new trails, they added some really tight woods trails, and here's one of those sections. Here's another tight section. So tight, in fact, I had a little trouble finding my way through this trail on the first loop. That's Derek Richardson, and we were back and forth here trying to find our way through this section. He was on row 5 and I was on row 7, so there were maybe only 25 bikes that had been through here before this. There's Robbie Anderson. We're on the same row, and he caught me this loop, so he started in front of me for the other loops. He's really fast in the tight woods trail, so I tried to keep up with him here for a little while. I completed test 2 loop 1 with a time of 20 minutes 5 seconds, and I'm still in first place in my class. Matt and Jake are still in second and third, but Mike Z has moved up from 5th to 4th. Ted's moved from 6th to 5th, and Jason dropped from 4th to 6th. Other than perfect dirt and great trails, the remaining 4 loops were pretty uneventful, so let's take a look at those results. I completed test 1 loop 2 in 15 minutes 24 seconds. I was able to shave 20 seconds off of my first loop time. Matt and Jake are still in second and third, and the rest of the field's in the same order as well. For test 2 loop 2, I finished that loop in 20 minutes 23 seconds, and I've got about a 2-minute lead. For test 1 loop 3, my time was 15 minutes 46 seconds, and I widened the lead to about 2.5 minutes. Ted moved up to 4th and Mike dropped to 5th. I'm not sure what happened to Mike there, but you can see he was in the 17-minute range for that test for his first 2 loops, but it took him almost 21 minutes on test 1 loop 3. For test 2 loop 3, my time was 20 minutes 16 seconds. My cumulative time was 1 hour 47 minutes 40 seconds. I finished first in my class. Matt was second and Jake was third. I always like to have consistent lap times in sprint enduros through the end of the race, and I was able to keep my same pace throughout this race, which was good. If you watch my video from SERA round 1 at Meridian OHV, my times fell off in the last 2 loops, which cost me the win in that race. Big thanks to the Stump Jumpers Club for all the hard work that went into this event. Also, thank you to all the SERA volunteers and scoring personnel. I really appreciate all their extra efforts they're putting in this year to get scoring complete and awards presented on the day of the race. The awards presentations at the last 2 races have been great. And thank you to the Nichols family for hosting another epic race at Nichols Farm. Please hit the like button if you enjoy the race recap videos, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.